to leave interest rates unchanged this month. Base rate has been 0.5% since March 2009. The bank's Monetary Policy Committee is trying to tackle rising inflation and boost economic growth, but it's got to come up with a plan B. It's always been plan A, put up interest rates. They can't do it this time. Finance expert is Roddy Cohn. Hello there, Roddy. How are you?
You're not going to call me the governor then, Phil?
Okay, the governor too. Now, you're not surprised they've left it on hold, are you?
No, we've had these chats in the past that these are difficult times, and if you start to put interest rates up, Phil, it means lots of listeners will find that they've got even less money to spend in the economy because, of course, things like the interest payments on their mortgages and on credit cards would all rise, and so that's not good for the economy.
Right, okay, so that's all sorted. What about rates? I mean, are they likely to go up? If nothing else, I imagine those that work in currencies might be more interested, especially as you've seen a sort of rise in the value of the euro, and they did put the rates up there.
The currency ones always make me laugh. You know, when this day comes, Phil, that I actually get round to your house to meet Mrs. Phil and have my dinner, we can have this really good conversation about currency.
And we take over the world.
Well, we could do that as well. But at the heart of it, you're right, the strength of a currency can influence how well an economy does. So if, for example, the pound is weak, it makes it far more competitive to sell our goods and services to overseas countries like Europe and America and so on, and that's good for the UK because obviously that's good for employment. The thing that always confuses me with the euro is that with currencies in general, you would expect them to get weaker if they've got economic problems on the scale of, say, Portugal and Spain, and yet that's not happening. So you get these other, what I'd call dichotomies, good use of the word, I reckon.
Very good, yeah.
Where
spell
actually that's a different question, where it's actually very difficult to work out why the currency isn't weakening under these circumstances, and where they've clearly got higher interest rates. That's because people are deciding to put their money there than, say, leave it in the UK.
I suppose borrowers and savers are still not happy.
No, and they're bound not to be. I mean, apparently, some statistics out of late are suggesting that more than half the population can no longer afford to save. And so I guess they're not too fussed about interest rate movements at all. Clearly, if you are retired, it's not good news again, because the rates of interest that people are actually earning, Phil, compared to the cost of goods and services that they're buying, food in the shop, petrol at the pumps, are rising. Well, if we take the government stats, let's be a bit boring, they're rising at around 5.5% a year. Obviously that figure varies from quarter to quarter, but roughly you're getting about 2% on deposits. So you're losing money if you're a saver every single day that goes by. So you're right, it's pretty bad news for them all round.
Okay, well, we'll have the same conversation about a month's time, if that's okay with you there, Roddy. Look forward to that.
I'm looking forward to dinner. I'm getting thinner by the day. Some of my clients won't recognise me.
We'll get you some quiche and new potatoes. How about that? Is that okay? That's on dinner tonight. Have a good one. I'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, Phil.
Take care, Roddy.
Back tomorrow morning.